What's up, Mixer? We're gonna do headlines live. Fuck it. We're doing it live. I'm tired. I don't have time to put as much thought and effort into typing everything up like I usually do. Been working a lot. Been shopping a lot. Been wrapping presents. All that fun stuff. Anyway, nobody cares. Everybody's got their own stuff. Most people have kids, significant others. It's a busy time of year, and I didn't want to give you guys something that was subpar, so at least on paper, because I don't know, maybe video I'll get more leeway. But the NFL is a results-driven league. It's a what have you done for me lately type of thing. Didn't want to give you guys shitty headlines, so we're gonna do a live video. I'm gonna struggle through this on my 3 hours of sleep last night. Let's get into the matchups. First, we had the Glass, Bones, and Paper Skins against There's Something About Sally. I believe this game had absolutely no bearing, but we're gonna break it down anyway. We had Anthony, whose squad hobbled in but managed to get 20 points from Alex Smith, 14 from Stephon Diggs, 17 from Kirk Cousins. Pretty solid three-player effort there, but nobody really blew up. On the other side, Sean had Kenyon Drake go off, Randall Cobb realized he knew how to play football again, and McKinnon, a nice trade pickup earlier in the year, put in 21 of his own, and the Ravens D, I believe they're the number 2 D in the league, dropped another 20. So Sean was able to get past and actually kind of embarrass Anthony in a meaningless game, 138-87. We'll see how these guys do next week, as either one of them need one win to stay out of the punishment trinity. We'll talk about their matchups later. Next game, Jess, OBJYN against Justin, hanging with Hernandez. Jess was the best team that missed the playoffs. I believe she just snuck in last year, so she's been thereabouts the last 2 seasons. It'd be a shame for her to end up in holding the punishment trinity. She lost Wentz right at the end of the year. Had to make her a little nervous heading into the playoffs, or the made bracket. Fortunately, Nick Foles, he got 27 points. I believe he's a top 5 QB on the week. Pretty good day. Jameis, 27 of his own. Gronk had a great day, 28 points, 9 catches, 168 yards. She probably would have hoped she got more performances out of him like that throughout the season. On the other hand, Justin, 20 points from Drew Brees, 25 from Christian McCaffrey, 22 from the best receiver on the Raiders, Michael Crabtree, and 25 from Tyrod, but some no-shows by Doug Baldwin, Theo Riddick, Jared Cook. Justin goes down, losing in the made bracket. He'll have to play another day to try to stay away from the punishment trinity and the wonderful license plate frame and punishment t-shirt. Jess' season ends on a good note. She'll be looking for more next year. Next up, Mason, you're in the made bracket, bro. I mean, it's our anniversary. Anyway, Mason against Zach, former champ Zach. Zach had Aaron Rodgers return. That's looking good. He thought that was looking good for him. He did put 24 points up, so he did his part, even though his team lost. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about fake football, not real football. Michael Thomas got 24. Robert Woods got 16. But didn't get much help from his wide receiver 3 slot, D.D. Westbrook. A lot of points went to his other tight end, or Bortles was feeding his other wide receivers. I think Westbrook went down with an injury in that one, so that kind of hurt Zach's chances, or they just got out to a huge lead and stopped throwing. ASJ hasn't been really much of a factor. Only got 3 points. Started hot when he returned from his suspension, but then kind of shot the bed for the rest of the season. Alex Collins did all right, 9 points. Zach totaled 114. Mason, led by the fraud, Matthew Stafford. Matty Snapback, put in 19. Could have used that week 16 last year. LaShawn McCoy, 25 points. Bortles, off. Dude's on fire. I've been trashing that guy. Everybody knows that. But damn, it is hard to stay on that trash train, if there is such a thing. No, I don't think trains transport trash. Anyway, Bortles, 326, 3 touchdowns, huge day. I'm gonna enjoy seeing him play in the playoffs. Evan Ingram, 17 points. Always a big help when you get that output from your tight end. Another 17 from his defense, the Vikings. That's why Mason wins, gets out of the punishment bracket, into the season on a good note. 139 to 114. He wanted more this season, wanted the playoffs, but we'll see how it goes next season. Good job, Mace. Now, moving into the winners bracket, the playoffs. For those who didn't have a bye, though, we got Matt, the Goats, against Team Tilt, Danny. Everybody's favorite team to follow. How would Danny do? He had one of the best teams in recent memory, to be honest. Deshaun Watson he drafted Deshaun Watson. I went back and checked the draft board. He drafted him. That wasn't even a pickup. The dude was a backup, not a starter. I mean, clearly he should have started. Anyway, hell of a job, Danny. You drafted a great team, but let's see how you did. So, Cam Newton, 33. Devontae Adams, 16. Rashad Matthews, 21. Eric Ebron. You got 14 points out of Eric Ebron. Damn. 20 out of Mariota. 10 out of Jags D. Pretty solid day for any normal D, but the Jags have been doing better. So, total 129. Pretty good. Pretty good for the playoffs. Most weeks that's going to win your matchup. Matt hasn't been the powerhouse that he has been in the past couple of years, but he's always right there. Always in the playoffs, usually playing in the first round, or is usually one of the first teams out. He's always right there. How did he do? Got 18 from Brady. A little disappointing. We're talking about Tom Brady. Melvin Gordon, 28. And then, god damn, Todd Gurley, 45 points. 4 total touchdowns. I believe 1 receiving, 3 running. Dude was unstoppable. I don't know what happened to Seattle's D that day. Got another 23 from Marcus Goodwin. Got a bagel from the Chargers D and 9 from Rivers, but that day with Gordon and Gurley just too much to overcome for Danny. Danny goes down. The curse comes back, even though I don't believe in it. Danny drops in the first round, 1 and done with his great roster. And Zeke coming back this week. Doesn't matter. He's out. Matt wins 151 to 129. Good job, Matt. Next up, last matchup of the week. Jeff, Silky Johnson's versus the Black Delegation. Game of the week yet again. Closest important game. Jeff wins the Danny Woodhead award this year. He just kept grinding and grinding and grinding. But would it be enough? So, Le'Veon Bell, 27 points for Jeff. 40 from Kareem Hunt in the flex slot. That is fucking sexy. But 21 from Roethlisberger, 30 from Freeman, 18 from DeAndre, 24 from the handsomest quarterback in football, Jimmy Garoppolo, and 17 from the Rams D. Jake wins 135 to 127. It's basically a touchdown. You got to figure a catch 1 point. Touchdown, 6 points. Gap is 7 points. I don't have the bench points right here, but that was a close one. It's tough to see Jeff go down like that. He had a good team. He always brings a smack talk. He kept losing close games, won a couple close ones, but his season is over. He'll have to try again next year. Congrats on pretty much locking up Pick'ems, though. And congrats on that Danny Woodhead award of the season. But just like Danny Woodhead, I mean, you have to give him the consolation award because he just doesn't have the tools to win the championship, to be the best. So, take that with a grain of salt, Jeff. But good job. Good job. I'm cheering for you. So, that sets up the matchups in the made bracket. I mean, it shows Anthony versus Justin, Sean versus Zach, but I believe with the setup, I think Sean is supposed to take on Justin and Zach's supposed to take on Anthony. I don't know, you guys might want to look at that. You guys just need one win. Somehow, it's going to feel good to get it done this week, not have to worry about it next week in the May Bowl. So, go for it, Anthony. Man. Your team has the lowest scoring points, but it's really unfair to see all the injuries, man. We've all been there, so kind of hoping you pull it out. Not that I want to see anybody in getting the punishment. All you guys have had great teams in the past. Most of you have had won the Dirk before, so it's going to be interesting to see his name or who ends up carrying that license plate holder this season. And then we got the playoff matchups. I'm going up against Jake. Matt is taking on Cory. Matt's team looks like it's peaking right now. Cory's team has been solid, consistent all season long. And, I mean, the guy won the Dirk last year. He went from losing the Made Bowl, being the last place team, and then since then, he's been hotter than freaking Bitcoin. Won the Dirk, number 1 seed, going into the playoffs this year, looking to defend, looking to be the first team to go back-to-back, and that's with losing his first pick, David Johnson. Pretty impressive. Hell of a season, Cory. Matt's having a good season, too. Finished second in the division. If it weren't for a few close games, it could have gone either way. I think the winner of the Dirk is going to come from that matchup. Even though I'm in the other one. Even if I had Antonio Brown still, I probably would leave the odds as to whoever wins your guys' matchup being the one who's going to win the Dirk. But, still got to play the games. So, gentlemen, submit your lineups. Lock them in. Put up points. And then we got me versus Jake. I could mention that I've dominated Jake pretty much in every fantasy game I've played him. I could mention that I beat him multiple times in baseball last year. I called my shot and destroyed him this year when we had our matchup, and I believe I handled him last year. I could mention that, but I'm not going to because it's all about this week. I'm going to put in a YOLO lineup. I'm hurting at wide receiver. Waivers kind of screwed me over. Jake got Martavius. I had a claim for Martavius. And he has Roethlisberger, I believe. So, kind of hope his arm falls off. But don't let the fantasy scouts hear that because I don't want karma coming at me. So, that's how it sets up. Me versus Jake. Cory versus Matt. Pretty solid matchups. Whoever's in the championship, it's going to be good. So, good luck, guys. Keep grinding. 2 more weeks left. Let's get this done.